right back at you with another one. We going back to back today, and this one was sent to me by request via Reddit, and we must read it, man. We have none other than OBLOCK HK, OBLOCK HK, OBLOCK HK, and I would be remiss if I didn't put a RIP in front of his name. So RIP OBLOCK HK. All right, and we're gonna get into this paperwork today, but first, if you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button so you can keep me motivated and keep me, in spirits to keep reading these papers and these documents and going through these documents and making sure they're presentable and in a good form and everything's looking good for YouTube and you guys attention and everything. I do this. I respect everybody's time. And I mean, this stuff is just interesting, and like I said, RIP to OBLOCK HK, man. And we're going to get into this, man. So definitely hit the like button and subscribe and turn your notifications on. All right. So let's jump into this, man. So we have an original case incident report for an occurrence listed, and it is a residence on South Martin Luther King Drive, apartment number 3. All right, and that is the location of the crime, the residence front, back, and the occurrence date was November 24th, 2017 at 1950 hours. Family member notified, name unknown, victim Hakeem Murray, residence redacted, date of birth. All right, we have demographics: male, black, 5'7", 160 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, dreadlock hairstyle, medium brown complexion, date of birth, year 1995, age 22, birthplace Illinois. And we have CFD, first aid given, yes, injury extent fatal, okay, hospital Northwest Memorial. All right, type gunshot, firearm, weapon used, other weapon used, possible 9mm, 38 caliber. All right, now we have a narrative. BWC recorded this event, EV number 11572. In summary, responding officers responded to a call of shots fired at the address of occurrence. Upon responding officers' arrival, responding officers noticed victim, IR number redacted, lying on the ground at the entrance door of redacted South Martin Luther King Drive. Parkway security and a resident of Parkway, redacted South Martin Luther King Drive 4C, related that this occurred on the 3rd floor 3A side of this particular building. Responding officers relocated to the 3rd floor to discover numerous shell casings and blood. The blood led, from the 3rd floor to the reference entrance doorway. CFD ambulance 38 on scene to offer treatment and eventually transported victim to Northwestern Hospital for further medical attention. Victim was pronounced deceased at 20:53 hours by Dr. Schwartz. Victim suffered one gunshot wound to the thigh area, and one gunshot wound to the abdomen area. Unknown citizens related that 2 unknown offenders, male 1 wearing black dark clothing, fled this location at the time shots were heard. All right, that's an interesting narrative there. Scrolling down to our next document, we have a progress violent scene case supplementary report. And we have, this is a field investigation progress violent scene report, and the date submitted is December 6, 2017 at 16:50 hours. And we have the victim, of course, is HK. Okay, and where he was transported to. They have motive codes undetermined at the time, cause codes, other, method code, person shot, CAU code, DNA. And they list the reporting detectives. And we have an investigation here. We have the date, the location of the incident. We have the victim, HK, male 122, and his information redacted. Victim gang affiliation, none per clear, Victim's injuries: gunshot wound abdomen, gunshot wound left thigh, apparent T/T, 2 gunshot wounds left shoulder, 2 gunshot wounds right shoulder. taken to Northwestern Hospital. Weapon used, 9mm and 10mm caliber firearms. Weather and lighting, 50 degrees, clear with artificial lighting, indoors. Manner and motive, victim was shot at close range multiple times / undetermined. Identified by a redacted female, 137. Offenders, unknown male blacks. Evidence, and they have a slew of evidence and seemingly a Ferrari jacket with a red stripe, metal fragments, fired bullet fragments, two black ski masks, a metal chain, empty pint Beck's beer can. So they'll definitely be trying to get DNA for some of this stuff. A digital view of some blocks. All right, a lot of crime scene evidence they were recovering. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Oops. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, scrolling down some more. Just a lot of documenting evidence. All right, we have notifications. Female 137, and that is a family notification. All right, witnesses undetermined. There's a canvas and a big redacted block. She related that HSC heard fire alarms and went downstairs and saw blood. She was told by police officers to go back inside. Inside, she heard fire alarms later. Redacted. She related that she heard a large boom, looked out her window and saw a guy running, beige coat, NFD. Redacted. Both related that they heard a large boom and a fire alarm, saw nothing. Redacted. She related that she heard voices, then heard 9 gunshots. Redacted related that she heard multiple gunshots that she initially thought was fireworks. Redacted related she heard multiple people screaming. Redacted related she then realized that it was gunfire and that someone had been shot. NFI. Oh, okay, excuse me. Had to reposition my headphones. All right. And here we have redacted and then related that she was at home when she heard gunshots and heard multiple people running down the stairs. Redacted looked out and saw a male black laying on the ground. NFI. Redacted related that she heard approximately 6 gunshots. NFI. And we have interviewed. There's a redaction block, multiple redaction blocks leading down to an investigation. This report should be read in conjunction with additional reports submitted relative to this matter. Reporting detectives was assigned this homicide investigation per Sergeant Devine of this command. Responding detectives proceeded directly to the crime scene located at 6349 South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Responding detectives were met by P.O. Gallardo, the assigned paper car beat 311, whom related the following, not verbatim. The police officers responded to the OEC assignment of shots fired at the above location. Police officer responded to the scene and discovered victim HK, CFD number 38, arrived on scene and related to the PO that the victim has sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Murray was transported to Northwestern Hospital where he succumbed to his wounds. Dr. Schwartz pronounced Murray at 20:53 hours. The police officers made appropriate notifications. Responding detectives observed the scene to be 8-floor brick building. This building is one of a group of multi-unit buildings known as Parkway Gardens. The scene encompassed the 3rd floor hallway and stairwell and lobby and front entrance of the building. The building entrance and third stairwells were protected by the use of uniformed Chicago police personnel in yellow and red police crime scene tape. Responding detectives observed at the doorway of the building entrance with apparent blood on the concrete pad a black ski mask, CFD material, silver-colored chain. Once inside the door of this building, responding detectives observed additional CFD material, apparent blood, and additional black ski masks. Responding detectives further viewed a surveillance camera that appeared to view the entranceway. Responding detectives observed the third floor landing stairwell, an empty can of Beck's beer, and a fired bullet. Responding detectives further observed a apparent bullet hole in the steel door, then appeared to go through the door and into the wall, breaking a portion of the cinder block off. As responding detectives entered the third floor hallway, responding detectives observed the following 4 bullet fragments just north of the doorway. One fragment against the north wall, 2 spent shell casings in front of the elevator on the north wall. An apparent bullet strike in the cinder block east of the elevator. Responding detectives further viewed 2 additional fragments located on the northeast wall is the door for Unit 3A. 2 spent casings were located in front of the door. Located at the far east end of the hallway is Unit 3B door, a apparent bullet strike in the steel door. Responding detectives observed 4 spent casings and 1 fragment in front of this doorway. Responding detectives viewed on the far west end of the hallway was the steel door for apartment 3C with a bullet hole that went through the door. The door was unlocked prior to responding detectives' arrival, and in the apartment, a bullet fragment was located. At the base of the door frame of 3C, our responding detectives observed an apparent bullet strike at the bottom of the right frame. At the bottom right of the frame, Responding detectives observed an additional fragment into the north of the doorway to 3D. Into the north of the doorway to 3D. That was right. Responding detectives observed 2 additional apparent bullet strikes on the south wall above an empty can of Sunkiss. Responding detectives further viewed the north stairwell door inside the landing for the north stairwell. Responding detectives observed 2 spent casings and a fired bullet. The hallway is approximately 25 feet long, 4 feet wide. The hallway goes east to west with separate stairwells on the north and south sides. Beat 5821, 5831 arrived on the scene. Scene processed by Beat 5821 and 5831, including but not limited to the recovery of physical evidence, photographic evidence, and fingerprint evidence. For specifics of recovery, please refer to the evidence technician supplementary report relative to this investigation. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Sandoval on scene. Redacted related that she was coming in the building located at 6436 when she viewed 2 male black entering the building. Redacted described these individuals as one short, 5'3", approximately 20 to 21 years of age, dressed in black, slim. The other approximately 5'6", 23 to 24 years of age, dressed in all black. Redacted related that both of these men went upstairs. A few minutes later, she heard gunshots. Redacted related these same 2 individuals ran eastbound. Redacted related that she heard someone drag the victim down the stairs. Detective Theodore, Detective Beebe arrived at Northwestern Hospital to view the body of Murray. Detective Theodore and Beebe were directed to a trauma bay 2 and found the victim located on a gurney facing up and unclothed. A visual inspection of the body revealed the following gunshot wounds: gunshot wound abdomen, gunshot wound left thigh, parent T/T, 2 gunshot wounds left shoulder, 2 gunshot wounds to the right shoulder. Murray had a tattoo on his left arm, Willie $, picture of dollar bills. Lower right arm, praying hands, family first. Right wrist, Tia, located on his chest, was Kermay gunplay. Detective Theodore, Detective Beebe located a bag of clothing that the victim had been wearing when he had been brought in. An inspection of the clothing indicated that Murray had been wearing light blue jeans with a black belt and black underwear, a black Ferrari with red striped jacket, blue t-shirt with a beige and white decal. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Beebe at Northwestern Hospital. Redacted related that she is redacted of Murray and that at Redacted in the Parkway Gardens on the first floor, when there was a knock on the door and an unknown black, approximately 15 years of age, stated that Hakeem was on the ground laid out. Redacted related she does not know the name of this Redacted. Related that Murray was at the next door building in the front. Redacted further related that Murray was not at his Redacted. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Theodore at Northwestern Hospital. Redacted related she is the Redacted. Redacted related that she last saw Murray on Wednesday and that he lives with Redacted. Redacted identified Murray remains as Redacted Hakeem Murray. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Beebe at Northwestern Hospital. Redacted related she received a phone call from Hakeem Murray. Redacted that he had Hakeem had been shot. Redacted. Was interviewed by Detective Theodore at Northwestern Hospital. Related that she last saw Murray on Thanksgiving, NFI. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Thielen and Sandoval on the scene. Redacted related to responding detectives that she received a phone call that Redacted Hakeem Murray had been shot at this location. Redacted related she ran over to help him when she dropped her keys to her car in front of where Murray was laying. Responding detectives confronted Redacted with the fact that her keys were recovered in the lobby, at which point Redacted related that in fact Murray had her keys and she never went inside the building. Redacted related she had nothing further to add to responding detectives' investigation and left. Responding detectives received a CD of video surveillance from Parkway security officer. This CD was subsequently inventoried. Results of the video will be the subject of additional progress reports. Beat 5821 and 5831 relocated to Northwestern Hospital and processed the remains of Hakeem Murray. While at Northwestern Hospital, Murray clothing was recovered and gunshot residue kit administered to a Scuderia Ferrari jacket, inventory number listed. This investigation continues. Next document we have is a morgue report, and this is a field investigation morgue report, and this was submitted November 25th, 2017. I'm going to scroll down. So we have an investigation here, and we have Dr. Powers performed an autopsy on the remains of Hakeem Murray and determined the cause and manner of death to be multiple gunshot wounds / homicide. External examination, number 1, gunshot wound entered above and right of navel, lodged. Number 2, gunshot wound entered mid right rear shoulder blade, exited above and to the right. Number 3, gunshot wound entered above inside left kneecap, exited left lower outer thigh. Internal examination, 1 medium caliber CJ bullet. The next document we have is a progress lineup document, and this was submitted on December 18th, 2017. This is a field investigation progress lineup report. All right, and we have this is an Area Central Independent Administrator photo lineup supplementary report. This report should be read in conjunction with all reports generated under records division number listed. This report is a summary of all collected information and statements, should not be considered verbatim except where designated. All right, records division number is listed. Viewer is redacted. Date and time of reading of the instructions to viewer, December 18th, 2017, excuse me, at 18:36 hours. All right. Date and time of viewing the photo lineup at the police department is listed on the same day. And we have evidence here of 1 photo lineup advisory form signed by redacted, 1 photo lineup signed by redacted, 1 photo lineup demographic sheet. And then we have a photo lineup section, and it is all redacted. Persons identified is redacted. The reporting detective was acting as an independent administrator. Detective presented redacted with a photo lineup advisory form and read the instructions where redacted signed. Redacted consented to being audio and video recorded. Redacted viewed the photo spread and identified number one. Redacted pointed at number 1 and said, "That's redacted. That's the other person that was with redacted." Circled, initialed, and signed the photo lineup. Report by Detective Zambrano. The next document we have is another progress report. We have a progress report, excuse me. And this is a field investigation progress report, and this was submitted on April 3rd, 2021. All right. And it seems we have suspects now. Male black, 21 years, born in 97. Description: black hair, braids, hairstyle, brown eyes, medium complexion. All right. Alias is redacted. Let's see if he has an alias. There's no. And we have another male black, 20. Date of birth redacted. Residence is redacted. All right. We're scrolling down through the victim's injuries. Excuse me. And we have other individuals involved. I believe this is a family member notified. A female black, 37 years of age. Okay, and we have an investigation to read through. Type of incident, of course, is a homicide. And they have the victim, Hakeem Murray, listed, male 122. Offenders are redacted, not in custody. And there's a section underneath that is redacted, not in custody. Investigation. This report should be read in addition to and in conjunction with any other reports relative to this investigation. Responding detectives were assigned to this continuing homicide investigation by Sergeant Devine of this command. All right, and then they have the offenses, homicide, victim, and they have seemingly 3 suspects here. And they ran some labs for DNA on the ski mask that they found. And results, sample collected. Item 3A, sample from knit ski mask. Number of contributors, 16, at least 3. Major role, 9 STR, LOCI, cannot be excluded, is included. So it could potentially be HKs. 4A, the other mask, number of contributors, 16, at least 3. Profile inconclusive. Remarks, item 3A was compared to item 2, vehicle standard of HK, from this case, which was previously analyzed by a forensics team, Bode Cellmark Forensics. Any analysis conducted is accredited under the laboratory's ISO. Accreditation is issued by the National Accreditation Board. Refer to certificate. Okay, we can skip through that stuff. And I have personally compiled this report under penalties of perjury. I certify I have examined all the information provided for this document related to the analysis conducted for this report, and to the best of my knowledge, it is true, correct, and complete. Okay. And based on the above information that the deceased cannot be excluded is included of Hakeem Murray, the investigation continues. All right, and the next document we have is a case supplementary report, exceptionally cleared, closed, other exceptional. All right, and we're getting down. Seems to be the same suspect, male, black, 21 years of age. All right, and another male, black, 20. Okay, scrolling down to any investigations. Yep, here we are. Okay, incident location, victim's injuries, we know. Additional victim, interesting, there's an additional victim, attempt robbery, male 125. Offenders, male 121 and male 120, and everything else is redacted. Weapon used, 9mm and 10mm caliber firearms. Identified by, redact, oh sorry, we're gonna go to the manner. Victim was shot at close range multiple times / attempted robbery. Identified by, redacted, female 137, redacted, family notification. We have some inventory numbers here they listed. All right, scrolling down to a canvas. Redacted, she related that she heard fire alarms and went downstairs and saw blood. She was told by police officers to go back inside. She heard fire alarms later. All right. Yep, and these are pretty much the same reports we read earlier of the canvases. Yep, all right, and they interviewed some redacted people, bunch of redacted people here. We have an investigation. This report should be read in conjunction with additional reports submitted relative to this matter. Responding detectives was assigned to this homicide investigation per Sergeant Devine of this command. Responding detectives proceeded directly to the crime scene located at 6436 South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Responding detectives were met by Police Officer Gallardo, the assigned paper car B311, whom related the following, not verbatim. The police officers responded to the OEC assignment of shots fired. At the above location, the PO responded to the scene and discovered the victim. Hakeem Murray arrived on CFD number 38, arrived on scene and related that to the PO that the victim had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Hakeem Murray was transported to Northwestern Hospital where he succumbed to his wounds. Dr. Scholwitz pronounced Murray at 20:53 hours. The police officers made appropriate notifications. Responding detectives observed the scene to be 8-floor brick building, which we read that earlier, and we know that the scene encompasses the floor. All right. It's inside the door. They located the black ski mask, which we were aware of that already, and the sun-kissed empty can. All right, so we'll skip down to this one. Right. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Sandoval on scene. Redacted related that redacted building located at 6436 when she viewed 2 male blacks entering the building. Redacted described these individuals as one short, 5'3", approximately 20 to 21 years of age, dressed in black and slim. And she says the other is approximately 5'6", 23 to 24 years of age, dressed in all black. Redacted related that both of these men went upstairs. A few minutes later, she heard gunshots. Redacted related these same 2 individuals ran eastbound. That's where they ran. Okay. And we know this information as well, that he has the tattoos. And Redacted was interviewed by Detective Beebe at Northwestern Hospital, and they redacted that information. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Theodore at Northwestern Hospital. Redacted that information. Sharona identified Murray remains as redacted Hakeem Murray. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Beebe at Northwestern Hospital. Redacted related she received a phone call from Hakeem Murray's. Redacted related that Hakeem had been shot. Redacted related that she left work and came to Northwestern. Okay. Redacted further related the Hakeem Murray is the redacted. Okay, remember that person saw him in Thanksgiving. Okay, all right. The below listed individuals were later identified by the use of photo arrays and witness statements. The below listed events are not the only observations made on the surveillance footage available, but the observations of responding detectives at this point of the investigation. It should be noted the times stated below are approximate and derived from surveillance footage timestamps. At approximately 1953 hours, a maroon-colored sedan arrives on Calumet Street and parks near the 6436 South MLK Drive building. 2 individuals now known to responding detectives as Redacted IR Redacted and Redacted IR Redacted exit the maroon-colored sedan and begin walking towards the building's entrance door. Redacted is wearing a White Sox hat, black coat, and dark blue jeans, and Redacted is wearing a White Sox hat, black leather coat, black shirt, black jeans, a large gold pendant on a thick gold chain, and carrying a can in his hand. At approximately 1954:02 through 1954:43 hours, an unknown male black wearing a black jacket with a red collar and blue jeans. This individual repeatedly looks through the entrance door of the apartment located at 6436 South Martin MLK Drive, At 1954:43, this same unknown male black exits the entrance door and meets with Redacted and Redacted on the sidewalk. At 1955:24 hours, unknown male black and unknown female, Redacted and Redacted are observed entering the hallway of 6436 South MLK Drive. Responding detectives enter the same entrance and knows it to be the point where you need to enter, and which also connects both crime scenes involved in the Murray homicide investigation. At 1956:03 hours, an unknown male black was observed exiting the entrance door and meets individuals now known by responding detectives as Redacted or Redacted. Redacted, the victim, Hakeem HK Murray, and Redacted was a male black wearing a maroon-colored jacket and black-colored jeans. Redacted was a male black wearing a blue-colored jacket over a black-colored hooded sweatshirt and black-colored jeans. At 1956:23 hours, Redacted Murray and Redacted entered the hallway of 6436 South MLK Drive as Redacted was exiting. Sampson, Murray, and Redacted are observed covering their faces as they enter the hallway and pass the fixed and visible surveillance camera which captured their images. Redacted appeared to walk towards Calumet Street. At 1957:27 hours, Mayo was observed exiting the entrance door of 6436 South MLK Drive in a hurried fashion. At 1957:32 hours, Redacted was observed exiting the same entrance, and Redacted was observed turning his Redacted direction back towards Redacted. Responding detectives observed Redacted hand, Redacted what appears to be a black colored handgun, which Redacted accepted from Redacted. At 19:57, 39 hours, Redacted was observed re-entering the entrance of 6436 South MLK Drive, wearing a black-colored ski mask, and Redacted is observed fleeing eastbound from the location. It should be noted that CPD ETs later recovered a black-colored ski mask from the crime scene where Murray was found shot. At 19:58:05 hours, Redacted was observed holding a black-colored ski mask in his hand as he was dragging the lifeless body of Murray from the entrance door to the location where Murray was discovered on the sidewalk outside of 6436 South MLK Drive. Redacted was then observed apparently going through the clothing of Murray as he lay on the sidewalk. At 19:58 hours, another unknown female was observed holding a cellular phone and waiting in the stairwell of a building located at 6408 South Martin Luther King Drive. This canvas vantage point was from a security camera mounted just above the doorway of apartment number 1B, located at the same address. At 19:58:22, Redacted was observed approaching this location where the unknown female was waiting. Redacted was observed dropping an unknown objects, which causes two additional unknown persons to stop and look behind them in the direction of Redacted, was observed entering apartment number 1B with the unknown female following, who then closed the entrance door. At 19:59:46 hours, Redacted was observed exiting apartment number 1B, but was now no longer wearing a blue coat. Redacted was observed wearing a black hooded sweatshirt with "adolescent under construction" written on the back in white colored lettering. A review of video footage revealed the following. For specifics of the video, please refer to the videos inventoried under the following. Inventory numbers are listed. On November 25th, 2017, security guard Redacted turned over one fire bullet that he recovered on the crime scene located at 6436 South Martin Luther King Drive that he recovered after the scene was released. Responding detectives subsequently inventoried this fire bullet under the inventory number listed. Responding detectives obtained a search warrant issued by Cook County Circuit Court Judge, the Honorable Marubio, on November 27, 2017, for the purposes of searching and forensically processing apartment number 1B located at 6408 MLK Drive. Responding detectives conducted a search warrant at the address listed and on their responding detectives' investigation. Responding detectives entered this location and secured the occupants, Redacted without incident. The apartment was searched and responding detectives recovered proof of residency of Redacted knotted plastic bags, of each containing a green leafy substance, suspect cannabis, located on the kitchen counter of the residence. One plastic bag containing blue tinted Ziploc bags, each containing a green leafy substance, suspect cannabis, located in the living room closet. Responding detectives located 2 PMC Bronze 223 Remington Bosses, each containing 2223 cartridges, in the master bedroom dresser drawer. Redacted was present at the time of the search warrant and voluntarily agreed to be relocated to Area Central in furtherance of this investigation. Redacted was interviewed and related the following in summary but not verbatim. Redacted related that he had not heard how or why Hakeem was murdered and had no further information for responding detectives. Redacted was then transported back to Parkway Gardens. Redacted was placed into custody and transported to Area Central in furtherance of this investigation. Redacted was read her Miranda rights by Detective Thielen. Redacted waived her right to counsel and agreed to be interviewed by responding detectives. Redacted was interviewed and related the following in summary but not verbatim. Redacted related that she lives at Redacted, King Drive, Unit Redacted in the Parkway Gardens. Redacted related on the day of Hakeem Murray homicide she was with her cousin Redacted, and that she had left her apartment at approximately 5:30 p.m. Redacted related when she got to her apartment, Redacted was in the kitchen talking to the neighbors. Redacted related that no one would say what happened to Murray. Redacted related that she sells the cannabis that responding detectives had recovered to support herself since she is not working. Redacted related she had nothing further to add to responding detectives' investigation. In early December 2017, responding detectives viewed the body-worn cameras of several CPD officers who responded to the scene when Murray was murdered. Responding detectives were able to determine the license plate number of the maroon-colored sedan, redacted and redacted, exited from the Illinois license plate number, was redacted and registered to redacted on a red 2015 Nissan Altima. Responding detectives queried CPD arrest databases and obtained a mugshot photo of redacted. IR number redacted. Responding detectives compared the mugshot of redacted, IR number redacted, to the surveillance video recovered at the time of Murray's murder and determined that redacted was the person observed in the gold chains and carrying a soda can. Responding detectives also queried redacted name and learned that redacted has a valid firearms owner's identification card, redacted, which was issued on April 25, 2017 by the Illinois State Police. Responding detectives were able to use this information to determine redacted legally purchased a Taurus 9mm pistol in early November 2017. On December 2, 2017, responding detectives relocated to Cabela's and met with asset and safety manager redacted. Responding detectives requested the sales receipt from the purchased redacted firearm. Responding detectives given a copy of the receipt of redacted purchase of a PT-111 Taurus 9mm on November 1, 2017 for redacted. Responding detectives inventoried this receipt under inventory number redacted. On December 6, 2017, at approximately 12:34 hours, responding detectives located redacted driving his redacted street in Chicago, Illinois. Redacted was placed in custody and transported to the Area Central Detectives Division. Redacted was given Miranda warnings, which redacted waived and agreed to be interviewed. Redacted stated on November 24, 2017, he was with his redacted and decided to visit redacted at the Parkway Garden Apartments. Responding detectives subsequently identified redacted, IR redacted, and redacted. IR redacted as the persons described by redacted. Redacted stated he was wearing gold chains and a nice leather jacket and had a pistol with him. Redacted stated he and redacted entered the building where redacted lived and were walking up the stairwell when redacted told him he had forgotten something in the car. Redacted stated he remained in the stairwell as redacted exited the building. Redacted stated two unknown male blacks with dreads began walking up the stairs shouting at him about not being from the area. Redacted stated he observed one of the male blacks holding a firearm inside his jacket, which had an extended magazine protruding from the firearm. Redacted stated he ran into the third-floor hallway and slammed the door, which one of the male blacks was trying to open. Redacted stated he looked through the window of the door and one of the male blacks was pointing a handgun at him through the window of the door. Redacted stated he crouched as low as he could while backing up and pulling the firearm he had in his waistband. Redacted stated he switched the safety off of the firearm and cycled a round into the chamber, which redacted stated the male black with the gun observed him do. Redacted stated he doesn't remember who fired first, but both he and the male black exchanged fire at each other. Redacted stated he believed he struck the one male black with one of the gunshots and the person retreated down the stairwell. Redacted stated the arm of the other male black became visible around the door jamb of the doorway of the same stairwell. Redacted stated second male black blindly fired a handgun over his head and redacted did not return fire at the second individual. Redacted stated he took the firearm he used on November 24, 2017 to his redacted apartment in the redacted Michigan Avenue, where he threw the gun into a tote bin located in her bedroom. Redacted, along with responding detectives, relocated to redacted South Michigan apartment. Redacted pointed out the apartment where she stored the firearm used in this incident. Redacted was shown a photo array containing Hakeem Murray by detectives. Redacted identified Hakeem Murray as the individual who shot at him. For specifics of this photo array, please refer to the supplementary report relative to this and the AR video of the photo array. Responding detectives obtained a search warrant for the apartment located at Redacted, issued by Cook County Circuit Judge on December 6, 2017 at approximately 19:04 hours for the purposes of recovering redacted firearm in the furtherance of this investigation. Responding detectives located one Taurus Millennium G2 semi-automatic handgun, magazine, and 12 9mm caliber live rounds recovered in a plastic container. The apartment was secured, and responding detectives requested the assistance of an ET to recover this firearm. Beat 5814, ET McKitterick arrived on scene and recovered and inventoried this firearm. It should be noted that this firearm recovered during the execution of the search warrant and the preliminary ballistic testing had determined this weapon fired the 9mm shell casings recovered from the crime scene of Hakeem Murray's homicide. Redacted was contacted by responding detectives and arrived at Area Central on his own. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Elliott in Area Central lineup interview room. Redacted related, the following in essence but not verbatim. Redacted related that on November 24th, 2017, he went to his Redacted drove to the apartment and parked. Redacted and Redacted walked to the apartment, followed by the unknown occupants of a gold G6 with tinted windows. Redacted related that he and Redacted were following behind an unknown male, black in his 20s with dreads, and a female black, heavyset, entering the entrance of the building. The unknown male and female black walked towards the elevators. Redacted and Redacted walked up the stairs on the second floor landing. Redacted forgot his alcohol in the car. Redacted related that he decided to walk back to the car. Redacted related that as he was walking towards the door entrance, he observed 3 unknown male blacks. Redacted described these individuals as an unknown male black, light skin and dreadlocks, second unknown male black with a mask and hoodie, all black clothing, third male black with a blue-green jacket. Redacted related that he believed that these individuals were trying to cover their faces and were up to no good. Redacted related that when he got to the car, he heard gunshots. Redacted related that the car was by the security office, so he waited for the security officers prior to returning to the building. Redacted related that the police arrived and he went to his girlfriend's apartment. Redacted related that Redacted related what had occurred. Redacted was interviewed by Detective Bibi in Area Central. Redacted related the following in summary, but not verbatim. Redacted related that on November 24, 2017, Redacted apartment waiting on, Redacted and his friend, Redacted. She heard Redacted yell, "Please, please, I don't gangbang." Then she heard gunshots. Redacted related that this could be overheard on a video that Redacted was doing on Snapchat. Redacted then knocked on her door and stated, "3 boys just tried to rob me. Put gun to my face." Redacted asked Redacted where Redacted was. "He cool, he's outside." Redacted. This video was subsequently inventoried under inventory number listed, sorry. A review of this video revealed that in the background, responding detectives could hear the following: "Please, please, I don't gangbang. I don't gangbang." Then responding detectives heard 2 gunshots. On December 6, 2017, at 16:11 hours, Redacted was shown a photo array by Detective Elliott. No identification was made. The photo array was inventoried under inventory number listed. For specifics of the photo array, refer to the lineup photo array supplementary report related to this photo array. On December 6, at 16:30 hours, Redacted was shown a photo array. No identification was made. Also, on December 7, 2017, at 00000 hours, Detective Curtin presented Redacted with a photo array. Redacted made no identification. Responding detectives contacted the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, Felony Review Unit, ASA, relocated to Area Central. Responding detectives presented the facts of the investigation that responding detectives knew them to be. ASA reviewed the facts of the investigation, and on December 7, 2017, at 0100 hours, ASA rejected the charge of first-degree murder, and Redacted was released without charging, citing self-defense. On December 18, 2017, Redacted arrived in Area Central. Redacted was interviewed in the viewing room. Redacted related that she talked to Redacted Hakeem Murray on the day he was killed. Murray related that he was going to hang out with Redacted and Redacted. After Redacted murdered, Redacted was FaceTiming with Redacted. Redacted related that they were going to rob someone of his chains as he walked past. They, Redacted and Hakeem Murray, followed them, asked someone where they went in the building. Redacted related that the guy they were going to rob stated, "I don't gangbang," and they got into the shooting. Redacted related that she spoke to Redacted that Redacted brought the guns to her apartment after the shooting and someone removed them later that day. Redacted related that Redacted Facebook page was Redacted. Redacted then emailed snapshots of the Facebook Messenger conversation between Redacted, Facebook page Redacted, now known as Redacted to Detective Redacted. The below listed conversation is documented from screenshots. Redacted. This shit don't sit right with me either. I'm all Redacted had, and to not know what happened to him fucking me up, hearing all this shit fucking me up, I just really want to know what happened that day. MFer will never know the truth though. Redacted. Yeah, you would. Told you the truth, none but the truth. I love that boy with everything in me. He all I had left out here with me. Redacted is my family. I would never cross him. I can die right now. I swear to God on Lil Boo. This shit ain't right to me cause I told them fuck that shit, but I'm the brother. I don't do goofy shit at all. I swear on my mama I don't. The truth will come out. The cameras show everything. I told you, Redacted. Every day we was together, bro. We gotta get this money. That's why I took him every time I drove anyway out of town, cause I told bro these niggas out here eating and we robbing killing for free, but we protecting niggas. I didn't take him out of town with me just to chill. I told him it's better shit, bro. You got a daughter to live for. I talked to him in Redacted every day. I promise I did. But on Lil Boo's soul, I'ma always make sure you straight, cause he always made sure I made it home. Ate, I was good. Love that boy with everything in me. Me and Redacted had heart-to-heart discussions damn near every day about we gotta get shit right and get Redacted. It's so hard for me to believe any of that, no lie, cause all these stories I'm hearing, shit not adding up, but I hope shit come out. I can't get over this. Sleep well, no. Redacted, here for this bogus ass shit. I'm hurt, can't shot nobody tell me to change how I'm feeling. HK was not Redacted. I'm past hurt. If y'all knew HK, now you saying you know he was everything to me. Redacted, I know. I swear that's all he said to me, bro. I gotta make sure my Redacted seen you face to face yet, cause I've been trapping getting money, cause I feel like we out there, we can't get $5 from them. But soon op on they ass, they calling us. We shouldn't have to rob nobody. Redacted. Then y'all just left him to die? That shit not right. But I'ma let you go though. Redacted. On LA. I didn't leave him. I stay there. Call for help. Redacted. Not what I'm hearing. Redacted. I swear he know I would never leave him. Every time he called me, I came. Everything. He every asked me for, I asked him for, we gave it. He never did shit wrong, but treat me like On January 23rd, 2018, Redacted arrived in Area Central with Redacted. Redacted was interviewed by Detective BB in Area Central. Redacted related he is the Redacted. Further related that after Hakeem Murray had been killed, Redacted called Murray's phone, and the phone was answered and hung up, then powered off. He and Redacted were trying to figure out what happened to Murray. Redacted went to Murray's friend Redacted house approximately 15 minutes from Parkway Gardens. Redacted FaceTime with Redacted. Redacted related this was the first time he had seen Redacted from the phone. Redacted was talking to Redacted, and Redacted related that they saw a guy with gold chains. Redacted related they tried to rob the guy. Redacted related that Redacted snatched the phone from Redacted. Redacted related this is the first time he sees Redacted. D related that Murray and Redacted were thirsty to rob the victim for weed money. Redacted related that he was the stand back dude. Redacted related that he stayed downstairs and Murray and Redacted run up. Lil D heard shots. Redacted then helped Murray get out of the building. Redacted was presented with a photo array by Detective Zambrano at 18:33 hours. Redacted identified Redacted. A photo array was inventoried under inventory number listed. Redacted was presented with a photo array on January 23rd, 2018 at 18:36 hours. Redacted identified Redacted. All right, so they're now identifying individuals. Redacted was presented with a photo array on the 23rd at 18:18 hours, Redacted identified Redacted as a second individual on FaceTime with his girlfriend. Redacted was presented with a photo array on January 23rd, 2018, 18:23 hours. Redacted identified Redacted as the first individual on FaceTime with his girlfriend. Redacted was interviewed with ASA Pat Waller and Detective BB on January 23rd, 2018 at 2000 hours. Redacted related in essence the same version of events he had in previous interviews. Redacted was interviewed with ASA Pat Waller and Detective BB. Redacted related in essence the same versions of events he had previous in previous interviews. On January 26, 2018, responding detectives conducted search warrants for the following Facebook page. Results of these warrants will be the subject of additional progress reports. Results of this search warrant did not provide any additional evidence at this time. On January 28, 2018, responding detectives created another search warrant for the following Instagram pages, Redacted and Redacted. Results of these warrants will be the subject of additional progress reports. Results of this search warrant did not provide any additional evidence at this time. On March 9, 2021, responding detectives received a Illinois State Police Laboratory report, DNA for inventory numbers listed, 2 knit ski masks. Sample from each of the masks revealed at least 3 major contributors. The ski mask inventory under listed revealed that Hakeem Murray cannot be excluded is included in a mixture of DNA profiles. On April 8, 2019, responding detectives received a BIA lab report 2019-366 that a Glock Model 29 10mm serial number inventory under inventory number listed was recovered on March 25, 2019 from Redacted, recorded under RD number listed. The BIA related that this Glock 10mm is one of the 2 firearms used in this investigation. Numerous attempts to interview Redacted regarding this firearm were met with negative results. Redacted refused to be interviewed. Responding detectives received Mount Vernon Police Department reports in which the 10mm firearm used in this investigation was used in a Mount Vernon shooting incident recorded under listed. This report shall become a permanent portion of this investigation. On May 3rd, 2021, responding detectives submitted a request for the DNA recovered from the above listed ski masks be directly compared to listed offenders, Redacted and Redacted. Responding detectives were informed by the evidence coordinator in Area 1 that the mixture listed above cannot be directly compared. On August 24, 2021, responding detectives presented the facts of this investigation for Redacted and Redacted for felony murder to the Cook County Felony Review Unit, ASA. ASA reviewed this investigation and rejected the charge of felony murder at 0950 hours, citing changes to the law governing felony murder. It is the contention of the investigating detective that the investigation has revealed that Hakeem Murray, Redacted, and Redacted were attempting to commit an armed robbery, and the victim of the armed robbery, Redacted, exchanged gunfire with Hakeem Murray, causing his death. Responding detectives presented the facts of this investigation to CCSAO. After reviewing the facts of the investigation, the CCSAO rejected charges of first-degree murder for Redacted and rejected charges of felony murder for Redacted and Redacted. Responding detectives are requesting that this investigation now be considered exceptionally clear, closed, bar to prosecute. Report by Detective Thielen, Detective Elliott, Area 1, Violent Crimes. And I believe that takes us down to the end of the document. Thank you so much for tuning in to this one with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely hit that subscribe button, as I will be dropping more content for you guys. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.